wings and welcome to another video. Well, just in case you're coming to my channel for the first time, let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Anuradha. I'm a student of MBA HR. I'm doing my MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies, and this is my small platform where I try to share my entire learnings, experience and everything that I wish somebody could have told me before joining the college or getting into the MBA journey altogether. I know I've been a very average student all my life, and that's why I love to share views, my opinions, and everything in the most honest manner possible without trying to hurt someone, without violating any rules or regulations. But at least it's my generous attempt to bring the truth out for the people and to experience how exactly this NBA journey looks like. So, in case you find something relatable in my content, if you think it can add some value to your life, consider subscribing to it. And if you're already a member of my channel, thank you so much. You people make me extremely happy. So without taking any more time, let's get into the video and the content for today. So after I uploaded my last video, I did come across a couple of questions through Instagram, LinkedIn, and even through the comment section of YouTube. I decided that I'll categorize them and I'll try to answer all of them under 5 categories. Also, there's a huge possibility that either the video is going to be a little short when I'll talk about these categories in particular, or maybe a little long because I would still like to give the answer in a clear and crisp manner to you. So in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 important things. 1, how to draft your SOP. 2, coming from a distinct educational or experience background and then taking admission in MBA, will it be your advantage or disadvantage? 3, we are going to talk about how exactly is the process going to be, at least for the Symbiosis colleges. 4, we are going to have a little bit of conversation around cutoffs. I've got this much. Is there a possibility of getting a call or not getting a call? All of that. And 5th would be a little bit of discussion around what kind of questions can you expect in your GE Pivot process. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let's start with the very first category of today's video, where I'll try to answer how exactly you can draft your SOP. What exactly is SOP? Now, it might sound easy, but at the same point of time, very cliche as well. But trust me, this is a question which is going to be there with you throughout your MBA journey. Whether it is in the beginning before you take the admission into the college or towards the end before you land your dream job. It is going to be something which is going to be staying with you together till the end. So, the way I see drafting an answer for writing your SOP would be trying to talk about 3 major things in your answer. 1, talk about your skill set and try to draw a similarity of those skill sets that you have and the relevance and importance of those skill sets in the corporate world. Because trust me, it's not like a matchmaking process that everybody will have the same kind of educational qualification which will fit into a certain criteria or which will fit into the requirement bracket of a certain company. But there's a huge possibility that there is a tracing similarity between the skills that you have and the skills that the industry is looking for. So try to begin your answer talking about the skills you have and how relevant and important they are in the corporate world. Moving ahead, the middle part of your answer can talk a little about the roles and responsibilities. Now, there's a possibility that you are either a fresher who is just starting the MBA just after completing your graduation, or you might even be someone who would be having a little bit of experience. So if you are someone who comes with an experienced background, talk a little about the kind of roles and responsibilities that you have picked up or you have done justice to in your previous organization, and then try to talk about how important it is for people to have an opportunity in the corporate section or in the corporate world regarding the same kind of roles and responsibilities. If you're a fresher, then obviously you can talk about the dream roles and responsibilities that you would like to pick up in your journey forward. And the third thing would be, how exactly do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years? ये क्वेश्चन काफ़ी इंटिमिडेटिंग लगता है, काफ़ी कंफ्यूजिंग लगता है. There are a lot of people who say that life is unpredictable, but somewhere down the line, you do have a vision for the next 5-10 years. So try to answer these 3 things in your SOP, and trust me, your answer is going to be amazing at the end. Now let's move on to the second part of the video, wherein I'll try to answer how advantageous or disadvantageous it is for anyone coming from a distinct background, be it in terms of education or in terms of experience, to get into MBA. Now you and I would agree to the fact that the way you can see this question would be, one, there are certain qualifications or certain streams which are having a dominant space in the corporate world, especially once you are done with an MBA. Your possibility of expediting in the process or doing great in the career enhances. But at the same point of time, at this point, a lot of companies also focus on embracing diversity. And this is exactly where people coming from distinct educational and experiential backgrounds can take the advantage. How do I basically answer it or decipher this part? Okay, so let's just assume this. For someone who has done BCom, BBA or even a BTech, making a choice of going ahead and doing an MBA is going to be very, very obvious and very, very normal. And that's why you would also find that a lot of companies look for this combination when they are doing the recruitment process. I won't take away the fact that there is an advantage that is attached to people coming from these educational backgrounds and then choosing to do an MBA. However, there are a lot of exceptional cases as well. And this is exactly where diversity gets into picture. I did my graduation in BA with English honors. One of my friend has done in microbiology. Another friend of mine has done BDS as well. And there's another friend of mine who has done in BCom. So as a matter of fact, when we had to land or get into the entire placement process, there were places where people coming from the BCom background had an advantage, but at the same point of time, people having the different kind of backgrounds also were not left apart. So you have to see and you have to make peace with the fact that there will be certain educational backgrounds which will have a dominance in terms of further opportunities that they will come across or land. But at the same point of time, since companies are looking forward to embracing different diverse backgrounds in the workforce, then the others also don't go for a disadvantage. Now let me just tell you where exactly the problem or the real challenge happen. The real challenge happen when it comes with the experience. When you have had a certain kind of experience in a certain domain, if it is something that aligns with the role that the company is there to offer, your chances of landing the opportunity and converting it goes way higher. But at the same point of time, if you're someone who's having a very different kind of educational background and a very different kind of experience, it becomes a little tricky. So what do you do at that point of time? In my opinion, in this kind of situation, playing on your skills help you a lot in landing the opportunities. I would not say that it would be easy to get shortlisted in every possible job opportunity, but yes, if your skill set talks about the skill set that the company is looking for, then definitely your chances of getting the opportunity goes higher. Whether you will be able to convert or not will depend a lot on how exactly you are giving the interview, how exactly you are conveying your ideas and increasing the chances of proving how suitable you are for the role. So that will be a very, very personal and a very customized kind of section. But apart from that, coming from a distinct educational background or an experience background can either be an advantage if you know you are coming from a dominant section, but a little challenging if you are coming from a diverse section. That's why having certifications, having skill sets that the companies are generally looking for, having at least a little bit of idea about things that are in trend in the company or in trend in the corporate world can help you to malign this entire gap and land exactly where you wish to get into in terms of beginning the journey and even the journey forward. So that's how I would like to answer the second part, coming from a different educational or experience background. Does it help or it actually acts as a disadvantage? Now let's talk about the entire process of GE PIVAT. Now the process remains the same for all the Symbiosis colleges. I'm not sure about how exactly the colleges other than Symbiosis are conducting it, but for Symbiosis colleges, the process remains the same. Post-COVID, the entire process happens online. So all the information, all the details, all the small little information will be conveyed to you through your personal email ID that you have given while filling up the form. At the same point of time, you can keep a track at the official website of the college in which you have applied, because every step they are doing or every step that they are commencing, they update the same in the website as well. So you can find it out from there. So obviously, to begin with, you will be given the chance to write the SOP, how you can draft it. To the best of my knowledge, I have talked a little about that. I hope it adds some value to your answering. Second thing, once you're done with that, you will be given the chance to choose your slot. In case you wish to make any changes, please, I would request you to go through the instructions in detail. There are some colleges who entertain the request for changing the slot, but there are many who do not. So have a look at that. In fact, why to even be a part of that hassle? Be very mindful of when exactly are you choosing your slot. Now you would find out a lot of people saying that people who take the earlier slots, they have a disadvantage, or the ones who are taking the later slots, they have an advantage. In my opinion, that's not really the case at all. It doesn't really matter in which slot you are taking the admission, because trust me, it is all about the numbers. The college has already considered how many applications are to be rolled out, how many applications are to be accepted, what should be the cutoff. So they have already taken the whole cognizance of understanding whether someone is in the first slot or the last slot. If you are performing as per the expectation, then you will be having a very high chance of finally converting the opportunity. However, as a matter of fact, you need not be on the campus. That's not needed. The whole process is going to be online. That's why checking your email becomes very important. And at the same point of time, I would give you a suggestion that please keep a track of whatever updates the colleges are putting on their official website, because whenever there's a process that happens, or whenever there's a process that is about to happen, that gets mentioned on the college website as well. For any further details, please write me down, because in that way I'll be able to help you out in deeper sense in this particular domain. So that's the question number 3 for today's video. The fourth one would be, I'm still getting some people, some comments through Instagram and like comments through YouTube and messages through Instagram and LinkedIn of people asking, I have scored this much, what is my possibility of getting the call or converting the college and all of that. I have spoken about it in the beginning itself. Everybody can give you a tentative idea of this is how much you have scored and this is the possibility of you converting the college or at least getting the call. Like this year, I was just speaking to one of my friends. He's also in the entire GE pivot process. Last year at 85 percentile, the students in the open category were given the call for SIMS. But this year, they haven't got the call for 85%. So nobody can predict the numbers. However, I have spoken about it in my previous videos as well, and I'll still stick to the same idea. It's just going to be another 15 to 20 days wherein you are going to find out if you are getting the call or not, and if you're getting the call, when is your interview process going to happen and how exactly you're going to expedite the whole process. As a matter of fact, please try to keep a number for yourself that if I am getting my percentile below this number, that means whether I should take the admission or not, it's totally your own decision. At this point, at an average, colleges are charging somewhere around 17 lakhs to a higher end of 30-35 lakhs for an MBA. The agenda is not to somehow get into the college, but also to be very, very good and competent enough to land your internship, to qualify through a lot of business competitions, to be there in the race of a lot of other people, and also at the end to get the final placement. So you need to take the decision on yourself that this is my benchmark. If I'm getting somewhere below this, do I still want to invest that 17, 18, 19 lakh rupees to get into the college, or would I be fine to sit for another year and prepare to get into a better college or a better opportunity? Okay, so the last part of the video, where let me try and answer what kind of questions can you expect in your GE pivot process. To actually reach to that answer, let me just try to give you a little bit of a reference point which will help you to understand it better. Almost all the interviews at present, whether it is for getting into a college or it is to finally getting into a job, are bifurcated into certain group kind of activities and then an individual activity. Wherein your group kind of activity can be in terms of a group task, can be in terms of group discussion, can be in terms of any other thing as well. Now at that point of time, what they are testing is how are you as compared to the others. Are you able to take your opinions forward? Are you able to defend a difference of opinion? Are you able to present your opinion in such a manner wherein your opinion is put on the table in such a way that it is influencing the decision making of the others as well or not? However, when you move from the group level to the personal level, the whole testing channel changes, because now towards the end they are looking at you as you. How are you at your own level? Now exactly at this point of time, there will be a huge variety of questions that you might come across. These questions can be around your experience, can be around your educational qualification, can be around your future plans, can be around your reasons why you're doing a certain course or pursuing a certain degree, can also be around what's happening in the world in general. So I'll give you an example. So I sat for one of these amazing companies for my internship process, and the entire interview was around my entire experience, what kind of roles I picked up, why did I finally decide getting into the MBA, and all of those serious kind of stuff, right? So when I was done with the interview, I thought that, okay, this looked like a pretty decent and an amazing interview, and I really thought that the interviewers were interested in taking me. However, at the end of everything, when I did not see my name in the finally selected candidates, I was like, how did it even happen? Because I had an amazing interview and the questions were exactly the kind of serious kind of questions which I thought any interview will have. Just almost less than a week after that, I came across another opportunity, and that one was only about who am I, what's my plans, my YouTube channel, why did I start my YouTube channel in the first place, what kind of content I make, and all of these kind of questions. So as I was even answering those questions, I thought that, is this person even interested in having me, because he's not asking me any of the questions about my educational background or my experience. But apparently at the end, I was one among the selected candidates in that particular interview. So yes, be prepared to expect a lot of questions, because what kind of questions are going to come depends on how do you present your introduction. If your introduction is strong enough and it talks a lot about your skill sets and your future plans, trust me, the entire chain of questions will start from there. But if it is talking a lot about some geopolitical issues, or it is talking about your experience, that is where the interview is going to be driven. As a matter of fact, having a little bit of know-how about the college where you're taking admission, the college where, the city where you are from and the city where you are moving to, the normal things that are happening in the world, I think a little bit of information about all of these things can enhance your personality and also your possibility of finally converting the interview, whether it is in terms of your admission interview or internship interview or even your final interview. Well, this was it for today's video. I tried to categorize your comments and I tried to answer them as well. So thank you so much everyone who wrote me down your questions and concerns. I really hope whatever I talked about added some value to your life. If it did, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you stayed on the video till the end, thank you so much, because trust me, it does require a lot of brainstorming and editing and a lot of hard work to put the video in a way where it can finally go on the internet. And when I see your warm response, I really feel very happy. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Thank you so much for staying on the video. And yes, in the next videos, I'm going to take interviews of a lot of my friends from different specializations, and we're going to talk about what made them decide which specialization they want to go and what challenges they had to face, so that before you choose your specialization, you at least have a good enough idea of what kind of things you can expect and prepare yourself before you make that big choice of your life. That was it. Thank you so much. Take great care of yourself. Stay happy, stay positive. I know this time is very stressful. सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ challenge चल रहा है, but after a point सब अच्छा ही हो जाता है, right? So be hopeful for that beautiful day and stay positive. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.